Hi folks, Mike Stewart with Bark River Knives. This is the new Bark River Canoe. Now, for those of you who don't know what a canoe is, was a knife designed by Webster Marble based on his ideal. It was smaller, slimmer, and he introduced it in 1902, and it was made from 1902 to 1922 or 1923 as a more compact version of the ideal. They discontinued it in 23 or 24 because it was different than the ideal for production, so they just made a shorter ideal. The original was 156, which is what this is, and it had a 4.5-inch blade, which is what this one has. The downside of that one also was that because people were smaller at the turn of the century, it had a very short handle. Now we've solved that by putting a more proportioned handle on it. The blade is pretty much the same, except of course this is A2 instead of 1095. What's really different about this knife is that Jim Noka and I decided that we would like to make something out of the canoe that was different than ever had been done before. From the side, this looks kind of like the way Marble's built knives. You know, a blade, a stick tang, and a pommel. This doesn't have a stick tang. This is a full tang knife. It's never been done before. It's actually a full tang that looks like a stick tang. The pommel is still put on with a nut, so it's full tang all the way back to here. It steps down, and then you have the threads, the threaded stud, and then the pommel slides on. It is a bit of an engineering wonder because every single component has to be perfect. So the machining on this was quite interesting. I think you'll find that with the longer handle, it solves all the problems of the original canoe. The blade is razor sharp. These things, and they always were. From Marbles, it has the fuller on the canoe was longer than the ideal. This one is longer than a typical ideal fuller. So Jim and I actually put a lot of time in making this to be the 21st century version of Webster Marble's 1902 canoe. What you'll notice and also, instead of sliding on a solid piece of wood or stacked leather, this has scales. The scales also had to be machined perfectly so that everything fit together. These are Corby bolts. This baby's never going to come apart. Also, Marbles staked their guards from the back. This one's pinned on and put in a slot. This is the most bulletproof version of the canoe that's ever been made. This one, of course, is black canvas, so this one is mine.